In this video, I'm going to show you how to have what is called the magnetic frame. This is the key to releasing needy energy, codependent energy, so that you can have non-attached magnetic energy from the inside out. This video will completely change and transform your energy from the inside out if you apply what I share in it. Now, the first thing to understand about magnetic energy is that one of the main concepts that make a big difference is understanding what is called neediness. Now, neediness, the energy of neediness, of wanting somebody else to respond to you in a certain way, to text you back, to look at you or treat you a certain way, that energy is an attachment to what someone else is doing, thinking, or feeling. And what happens is needy energy literally repels. Like, you know how a magnet can either attract, but if you flip the polarity, it repels? That's what needy energy is. Needy energy literally repels love, repels opportunities, and people can feel that energy. Now, one of the things to understand about this is even what neediness is in the sense of understanding this the energetic dynamics of it. Neediness is when we put what somebody else thinks or feels above ourself, above what we think or feel. So what we do is we put someone else on a pedestal. We then give them the power to decide if we're worthy, to decide if we feel validated or approval. And what happens is that neediness then repels that which we want. Now, the key to this is having what is called a magnetic frame. A magnetic frame means you do not need anything from anybody else. The degree to which you are not needy, is the degree to which you are magnetic and attractive. Think about it. Anybody you've ever been attracted to, if they really, really wanted your approval, validation, or something from you, haven't you been able to feel that? And if you've ever been needy towards anybody else, have you ever realized how much that pushes them away or how that works as a repellent? That's because non-neediness and neediness is the key to this equation, and it's getting rid of neediness and becoming non-needy, not needing something from somebody else. So for me in my life, when I had this energy to where I wanted other people's approval, other people's validation, other people to text me back or whatever it was, that was coming from a place of neediness and codependency. And codependency is very similar in the sense that codependency is when you feel literally dependent on someone else to meet your own needs. Now, the deeper level to this that you can go even a little bit deeper on that changes everything is when you realize the people you're trying to attract into your life, there's this energy to where we sometimes expect other people and people we're even dating, we subconsciously want them to meet our unmet needs as a kid. So normally what this means is that as a kid, if you're needy, there was probably some type of energy that was active when you were a kid where you feel like your needs were not met. So then what happens is you look to the external to meet your needs. And when you're dating someone, you're really thinking to yourself, ooh, mom and dad, can you help me make my needs so I can feel safe? And that's the challenge, is that then you date people and it depolarizes the relationship and repels because you're trying to close the loop from childhood. So with needy energy, it's a repellent. To have a magnetic frame means you become aware of the childhood energy that might be there and you start to make your own needs. You start to meet your own needs. Sometimes this can mean doing inner child work, where you look at your own inner child and you heal and you literally get rid of the old belief that you had by looking at it, becoming aware of it, that in order for me to feel safe, I need to make other people happy. It's literally trying to, also in a weird manipulative way, it's trying to get the external to meet the needs of the internal. It's trying to feel safe by fixing, adding value, giving, not setting boundaries with people. That's all mechanisms that either a people pleaser, a nice guy or a nice girl, or somebody that's very empathic, they can literally feel other people's energy, and what they're trying to do is trying to get their needs met, trying to feel safe by adding value and being in a certain way with everybody else. So having a magnetic frame is about understanding that the degree to which you can let go of neediness by letting go of codependency is the degree to which you will be attractive. Now, one of the things I highly recommend you do is you pull your energy back. This is like a secret formula thing that isn't secret at all, but literally, if you're projecting your energy at somebody else, you want them to respond to you, you want their validation and approval because you didn't feel like you received it when you were a kid, or you're attracting emotionally unavailable people because that feels familiar from childhood, and deep down, there's a certain level of emotional unavailability on the inside to even attract that. It's all about becoming aware of these things. But pulling your energy back is one of the most magnetic things you can do. Pull your energy back. How do you do that? Well, you first off realize that you are sending your energy to someone else and you're wanting something from them. Validation, their approval, whatever that dynamic is. And by believing in the story that they have something that will make you feel better, that alone is what's causing the projection of energy. But one of the most magnetic things you could do is to bring the energy back into your own body. Now, a magnetic frame is somebody that is embodied, that is feeling present inside their own body, that feels the energy in their hands and their feet, that actually focuses on even the separation between you and other people. Empaths feel a connection and they don't know where they begin and where other people begin because they're so sensitive. And they've, in a childhood, had to tune to their environment to create safety. The key is bringing the energy back within your body, feeling the separation, and realizing, oh, that's your shit, not mine. Because having a magnetic frame a lot of times too means you are yourself and you give yourself permission to be the real you, even if the real you is polarizing. Polarizing is a good thing when it comes to magnetic energy. Think about it. The more polarizing a magnet is, the more powerful it is. Now, polarizing, and the thing that I had to learn when I was in the process of going through this magnetic frame transformation, is I had to learn how to speak my truth and express myself even if other people didn't approve or even if it polarized people. Remember, for a long time I was afraid of sharing certain things on my YouTube channel. And even in my friends group and stuff like that, what I really thought and felt, because I didn't want to displease anybody. I didn't want anybody to feel like, uncomfortable. But then as I realized more and more of this, I realized that I was trying to meet my own needs by making everyone else happy. I said, why am I doing this? And I started being the most bold version of me. And the cool thing about polarity is that when you are being the most bold version of you, you will repel the people that wouldn't vibe with you anyway. So you save time. And you will more likely attract people even more powerfully to you because you're being the most bold version of you. So with this magnetic frame, there's 3 aspects of this that I believe to be the most powerful part of having a magnetic frame. Now, one of them is vision. Having a vision for your life, having values you live by. For a long time, I lived by the values of other people's validation and approval. I lived by these values that weren't actually serving me in a positive way. They were having me feel needy or codependent or like projecting my energy. The thing that I had to do to completely switch that around is I had to have a vision for what I wanted my life to be. And I realized at that time too, I was like living in everyone else's frame. A frame of reality is like your sense of who you are. Now remember, people are responding to you based on the energy you are putting out. And if you are putting out, I have a weak frame of reality, I want to tune to everyone else's reality because that felt safe. That also felt safe because growing up, if you know my story, from 7 to 15 years old, I had the ex-stepmom in my life who was very controlling. And it felt very safe to be within her frame of reality, even though she was manipulative and controlling. That felt safe though. So then growing up, it was like I kept attracting women in my life that were controlling because it felt safe for me to be in someone else's frame, like be jealous or to tell me what to do or try to control me. The key was becoming aware of this energy and starting to put the energy back within myself so that I could then lead in my own life, so that I had a certain vision for myself. And I started living according to my own integrity. Remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And living according to your own integrity, living according to the values you choose. So what I eventually did is I became aware, wow, I'm really valuing significance or people's approval or validation. What if I valued authenticity? What if I valued vulnerability over any of that? And that became, in a way, my virtues that I live by. We all have virtues that make up our identity. A A lot of times though, they're unconscious, we're not aware of them. And what happens is when we choose, I'm going to live by the values of authenticity and vulnerability, I'm going to express myself when I meet somebody else. And that meant even when I was dating, like my girlfriend, for example, I had to be vulnerable. Vulnerable meant I was expressing the real me and my true desires, because as a nice guy people pleaser or somebody that was had a weak frame, I would tune myself to whatever everyone else wanted. And a lot of times that would depolarize sexual dynamics, because then I'm like tuning to them and then the feminine can't feel safe. And what I then learned is how to embody the energy within myself and how to actually express and to be vulnerable, which meant dating someone, being like, oh, I like you, not as a friend, more than a friend. I'm attracted to you. That was, very, very back in the day, like years ago, it'd be so hard for me to do. And that's why I'd end up in this friend zone for like a period of time, because I wasn't able to be bold with my true desires or intentions. So one of the most powerful things, it does take vulnerability to put yourself out there. And the thing with vulnerability is people that don't have vulnerability, they're afraid of getting rejected or being abandoned. And the interesting thing is what originally happened is the person has abandoned themselves to make everybody else happy. And then they're afraid of abandonment from everybody else. But the key is to stop abandoning the self. And that's what I learned. I stopped abandoning myself and I started expressing the real me. That's why I wrote here, expression versus impression. Don't focus on impressing other people, on impressing a certain image or a certain emotion on people. Focus on expressing who you really are. Don't worry about the impression. Expression isn't in the moment. Expression is in the moment. Impression is an outcome. I want to make a certain impression. Now, the second, so you have vision and values that you live by so that you're leading in your life. You're the star of your own show. You're not treating people like a celebrity, because then they're going to treat you like a fan. Now, the second stage is presence. This is present energy, being embodied, feeling inside your hands and your feet, doing things because it's who you prefer to be, not because of what it'll get you, having more fun, being more playful. These are all very attractive magnetic qualities. So, in being embodied is present. It just is. It's stillness. You don't have to always say and talk yourself in and talk other people into liking you. Just be still. Attraction is all an energy game. So being present to the moment, listening, feeling inside of your body will make you more magnetic. And there's something I have called the frame technique, which is one of the most powerful techniques I've ever learned for this. So many people's lives have transformed from applying this technique. And it's so simple. It involves staring at a candle flame and feeling the separation between you and the flame, you and the walls. And it's an embodiment practice that can completely transform your life. Now, the third thing is to do with vulnerability and warmth. And I'd say even being playful. But vulnerability is the ability to show your heart, the ability to be real and authentic. We were talking about that earlier. That could even be one of your values. But really focusing on vulnerability will open up and help you to become more magnetic than ever before. Now, one of the things as well that really helps with this too is really letting go of the shame. A lot of times we have shame from childhood. Shame means I'm broken or something wrong with me. And we subconsciously project that out to other people unless we become aware of it. So this is also rooted in an abandonment wound. We feel abandoned as kids, and because we felt abandoned, what ended up happening is we felt like other people were going to leave us, and we felt afraid of that. So one of the most powerful things we can do is start realizing that it wasn't our fault as kids. Mom and dad may have left, may have divorced, but it wasn't our fault. And as we start realizing that, we start taking away the old meaning and we stop then morphing ourselves for everybody else. So having a magnetic frame is something you can easily do once you let go of neediness, codependency, you rewire your values, you feel present to the moment, and you value vulnerability over everything else. Now, something I'm doing as well is I'm going to be answering questions on that of this YouTube channel. So if you want to text me your question, I'll be responding to them and also putting them in YouTube videos. You text me your question to my phone number at 424-304-0104. I'll link it below as well. Ask me your questions. I can't wait to see them. I'll be putting them into future videos. And then also, if you want a video that will help you let go of things that are making you not magnetic and also help you to be more magnetic than ever before. This is the next video to watch that will change your life. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 things that magnetic people do to pull you in energetically. I'm going to show you how you can adopt them in your life and how by the end of this video, you're going to have a completely new belief and energy field about yourself that people will literally